Chris Wilson here, and today we're going to show you how to make a cook stove out of aluminum cans, isopropyl alcohol, and you can start it with your flint and steel. So to get started, you need 3 cans, preferably 3, that way you have enough to work with. You can do it with 2 tall cans, but 3 is better. And you want to start by cutting out the bottom of one of the cans with your razor knife, and you want to start by just scoring it as hard as you can without cutting through it, and go around it like 3, maybe 4 times, and it should push on through. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Alright, now that we've cut the hole out, we need to mark our cans. I've done this already, but I'll show you what I did. I took the height of about 3 cassette tapes. Put your marker on top, put the bottom down, and just draw you a line around it. Do the same with the other can. Save your tall one for the insert. Alright, and now we cut. What you want to do is cut on your line to get as close to it as possible. And when you get about halfway around, or a little over half, you're going to have to use your scissors to cut the rest of the way because it gets a little flimsy. Scissors. And since we're not using the top of it, we've got the 3rd can, just cut it out of the way. And finish cutting along your line. And you're left with a piece like this, with a hole in the top, or in the bottom. This will be the top. And you want to kind of bore it out a little bit with the bottom of the other can to get your edges nice and smooth. Alright. And we cut this one. Alright, you have a bottom, and you have a top. Now you need to make your insert. Your insert is simple. You need to get you a flat piece of aluminum. So just cut around it. And take your scissors and finish it up. Alright. You're going to get it nice and straight as you can. Okay. And your bottom piece. And your marker. And you want to go up above the tip of your bottom piece about 1/4 of an inch, which is about right there. Okay, see that? Then you take your scissors and you cut straight up and go past your mark, so you got plenty of room to work with, and you cut it out. And we're going to go back and straighten it up, so don't you worry. We have our aluminum, And we need a straight edge. Please forgive my straight edge. It is what it is. Okay, we got our straight line. Now we're going to cut again. Cut along your straight line. Okay, now we have our insert. Alright, we've moved on to the insert part. What you're going to need is your flat piece that you just cut and a stapler. You need to fit it. You see the bump inside? You need to try and fit your insert as tightly around that as possible. So what you got to do is slip it in there, tighten it down, and when you feel like you've got it good, pop a staple in it. Let's test it before we... Yeah, that's going to fit good. Okay, so we'll put a staple in the other side. Alright, you have your insert. Take your scissors and cut a small triangle on both sides of the bottom of the insert. So you're left with two little gaps for the alcohol to spread through. And then you fit that down tightly. Okay, might have made it a little too tight. And you want to try and slip your lid down. You can put a small bend in it to try and get it in there. Then you want to flatten it back out when you're done. Just stick your finger inside, flatten it back out. Make sure your insert's in right. And push it down. Now it's time to put holes all along the edge. You need your nail and you need your hammer. Now my friend Steven broke my hammer, so I'm stuck using a monkey wrench. And you want to try to space them out as evenly as possible. All the way around. Alright, we're finishing up with the last two holes. Okay, when you're done, this is what the top of it should look like. Now we're going to fill it with alcohol. You want to go at least half full. Maybe not that much. You don't need a lot. And this will last you a good while. Alright. And, as I promised, you light it with flint and steel. Now, it'll start to flare up at first. And then, as it warms the alcohol, it'll start to come out of your holes like a gas. Stove. And as you can see, as the alcohol heats up, the fumes come out the top holes that we put in with our nail, and this acts as a gas stove. And this has been Chris Wilson with another survival tip.